rises. Fury. Quit following me. Too slow. Quit following.
Over here!
You're dead. The wind rises. Upon the gale. You had your chance.
Cue the spotlight!
Quit following me. The wind rises.
Surprise!
Precision strike! Now's her chance!
Be amazed!
Wretched vermin! Happy hold! Huh. Search for it! That's far enough! Nothing worth mentioning.
Step on up!
Neutralizing threats! Squall and Fury!
Let the magic be...
I hear everything! Cry louder! You had your chance! Let's keep going, team!
Over here! Cue the spotlight!
The wind rises. Too slow. Quit following me.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
No matter what kind of environment you may find yourself in, with thorough reconnaissance, you should be able to establish a safe route.
This realm is... If you ever had...
You want to use my hat as an umbrella? The audacity to even make that request. You're so happy just to see the sun again. How childish.
solidified!
Oh, mine's a command. My gut.
Advance! Everyone on! Oni coming through! Let's roll! Ha! 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 Cha!
May knowledge guide you. Ring cutter.
Behold! Search for it! Upon the gale! Unsightly insects!
All right, let's head off.
Gonna be epic.
Squall and Fury!
No, my sword. Let me weave you up. Let's light it up. Why do they never miss? Everybody stand.
The wind rises.
Rain outlines your fate. Witness the power of Gua. Let's light it up. Teamwork is strength. Ninjutsu.
Squall and Fury!
threads of your fate lie in my hand.
The wind rises.
Time to act. No, my soul! Ring cutter! By royal decree.
Cry louder! Behold! I will end it.
No?
Wretched vermin! As you wish, main Fräulein.
This is Her Majesty's gift!
Squall
This
Fury!
body belongs to ice and snow. And away I go! Ha! That's tired.
A reward on the road.
The wind rises. Behold!
Wow.
Squall and Fury! Behold!
Can't catch me! Make my escape.
Squall and Fury.
Rain outlines your fate. Let me weave you. Oz, reveal.
The wind rises. Search for it.
Gather!
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cut. Unleash. Strike is one. Gold Bishop down. Fuse is lit.
find...
Body and mind. I hope we find long-lost ancient literature. Body and mind.
Quit following me. Behold! The wind rises. Behold! This world is full of Go!
By royal decree. Come on out!
Water jet!
Is this an answer from this world? Quit following me. Unnecessary. Swarm rises. Behold! The wind rises. Behold! The wind rises. Squall and fury.
How amusing.
Too slow.
By royal...
Bombs away!
The wind rises.
A reward on the road.
Behold! Squall and fury.
Destiny has brought me hither. You took your time.
Sorry, I bumped into the Traveler and Charlotte en route, and we ended up chatting for a while.
It's been a while, Annette. We're working as Lenny's temporary assistants in the investigation of the Phantom Weasel.
Thank you. It's good to have you helping.
So, what's the situation? Have you seen Gemma?
Nope. I've been here a while, and she still hasn't shown up.
How bizarre. Maybe it was bad intel. Well, we won't get anywhere by standing around waiting. Traveler, Paimon, let's go ask around. Excuse me, good sir. Do you by any chance know a Gemma?
Gemma? You mean Caesar's fiancée? Sure I do. What's this about?
I'm just trying to get a hold of her because I need her help with something. I heard she comes here a lot.
Yeah, she does. Poor thing. It's no secret why either. She's heartsick. Ever since Caesar passed away, she's been coming here once every week to clean his grave. Often she just sits there in front of his headstone, lost in thought. Sometimes she talks to herself. I asked her what she was doing once. She said she wanted to speak to him again. She knows he's gone and can't hear her from the grave, but she just likes to spend time there, telling her fiancé all about how her life is going.
And she's been doing this ever since Caesar passed away? Oh, so 10 years. Wow. Their love must have been really strong.
I'll bet. Caesar's reputation fell apart after his identity was revealed, so no one else visits his grave. Gemma's the only one who still thinks about him after all these years. I don't know if the mind lives on in the waters after death, but if it does, I'm sure Caesar must be grateful to have someone who remembers him fondly. If I'm honest, I think this is all so unfair to poor Gemma. Her fiancé was a low-life crook. He doesn't deserve someone like her. Anyway, all of that said, she's running later than usual today. Normally, she'd be sitting in front of his grave by now. I wonder if she's okay. Well, that's everything I know, I'm afraid. You might have more luck asking some other people.
All right, well, thanks for sharing all of this with us. We'll keep asking around.
You're welcome. I just hope she'll be able to move on one day.
Did you hear the news? They're saying the Phantom Weasel's back.
You're kidding.
I don't know anymore. All sorts of news flying around. But what if? Just hypothetically, I mean.
Called it. Seriously, 10 years ago on the day it all went.
Oh, please.
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
Hello there. Sorry for disturbing you. We're actually quite interested in this topic as well, but we're struggling to get to the bottom of it.
You've come to the right people. Yep, I was there. Back, he was a great magician. The best trick I ever saw him. I was right up close and.
I saw him perform too. Sometimes he even got the kids to write their wishes. But after he died, there were also rumors that he used the wish. As I'm sure you know, the Phantom Weasel.
Whatever the case, now that the weasel is back, Caesar's become a hot topic once more. I bet Gemma must be pleased. No, speak of the devil. That's her over there. If you've got any more questions about Caesar, she's...
So that's Gemma. Wait. It looks...
Who's asking?
Don't be afraid. We mean no harm. It looks like you're injured. How bad is it?
Thanks for your concern. But you...
My name is Linny, and...
My name's Paimon, and this here's the Traveler.
The Weasel posted a warning letter this morning. If he still lived, you knew Caesar better than anyone else. I promise you can trust us. We won't hurt you.
I never
Huh. I suspected as much. Okay.
No.
Got it.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave.
Judging by the look on her face, there's definitely something fishy about her.
She's lying. She definitely knows something.
That's fair. We're just a bunch of strangers who showed up. In any case, I doubt we'll get any further here, so... Over here.
Lynette's not joining us today?
I've had her follow Gemma and see if we can make any inroads with her. They should be at a cafe right now. Still, I don't think that Gemma's likely to open up to us. Today we'll be looking into a guy named Lorenzo. When Caesar passed away, all the stolen goods discovered in his home were confiscated. Before long, Lorenzo was the next big magician in town, his fame surpassing even that of his master. I had to pull a lot of strings, but I managed...
You neglected to mention that you were bringing 2 other people with you.
My apologies. These 2 are my assistants. When they heard that I was meeting with the former magic maestro himself, they begged and pleaded with me to bring them along. And if it...
Oh, forget the pleasantries, just sit.
Get a load of this guy. Forget the pleasant.
I only agreed to meet since we're both magicians. Do me a favor and cut to the chase. I have more important things to do than drinking.
Much obliged, sir. As it happens, the matter I want to address is also related to magic. Yesterday morning, a warning letter from the Phantom Weasel appeared on the entrance to the Opera House. I have to get to the bottom of this to ensure that my show can go ahead as planned. Naturally...
What is there to investigate? Caesar was the Weasel and he's been dead for 10 years. So what if some sick creep thought it'd be funny to...
Please, sir, no need to get so worked up. I do...
Possibility? It's a fact, Linny. Look, my patience is limited, so the Weasel is dead. Period. Everyone knows that, so do yourself a favor.
Oh, sir, I'm honored. My pride as a magician is what's at stake here, Lorenzo. Copycat...
Your pride? Don't mince words with me, boy. Just tell...
I want to find out the Phantom Weasel's true identity.
What would that accomplish? And what do the events of 10 years ago have to do with you, anyway? Look, you of all people should know...
Uh-oh. This is good.
Lorenzo? Is that? Oh, it is you!
Another day, I'm busy.
Oh, come on! You can't be all business, all the...
If I wanted your life advice, I'd ask for...
Sorry, my good sir. I don't believe I've...
Oh, hey! Edmondo. This is your first time meeting him? Oh, he's always like this. And he wonders why he can't get a girlfriend, despite being...
Shut up and get out of my face. Another word out of you and you can forget about doing business.
Sorry, I made...
I think it's high time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, Linny, be my guest. But if nothing good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
Well, that fell to pieces in a rather spectacular fashion.
Totally. And what was all that about compensating you for your... He's gotta be hiding something. And now...
I think so too. That guy Edmondo seems to know a thing or two about... You okay there?
Who are you? Oh, it's you guys. I said way too much back there, didn't I? Yeah, I nearly talked my...
So, he was serious about threatening to cut...
Hey! Don't go prying into Lorenzo's personal affairs. Bad things happen to people who...
What kind of bad thing?
Don't even ask. I'm sorry, and take it from me, trouble with Lorenzo is one thing you don't need in your life. That's not a good sign. You're...
And there he goes.
Shh. I think we're being watched. Don't say anything and don't look back. Any altercation in the city will attract the guards. You followed us a long way. Why don't you come out and introduce yourselves?
So you're Linny. And where's your sister? Ain't she with you today? Save us the trouble and go fetch her for us. Let's not drag this out.
Paimon doesn't like the tone of your voice, mister! Who sent you, huh?
Save your questions, missy. You ain't gonna need answers where you're going. Capiche?
Looks like we can't avoid this fight. Now, I'm not the strongest fighter, so I hope you're ready to back me up.
Don't worry, we got this!
Now disappear! Let's get this show on the road!
Curses. They're tougher than we thought.
Vision wielders are always trouble. Intimidation ain't gonna work like it did on the lady.
Come on, let's scram!
Hey, wise guys! We ain't through with you yet! Oh, they got away! Did you catch what they said just before they left? Sounds like they just wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic. You're right. Maybe she was too scared.
Let's head back to the cafe.
Time to act. Body and mind. Time to act. Body and mind. Treasure hunting. A valiant endeavor.
Behold!
Gemma?
You again. What is it this time?
We just ran into the men who've been threatening you, and so you can relax.
What? Why?
Sounds like they're...
That's putting it mildly. It's been 10 long years, and still every time I try to look into Caesar's death, they show up and warn me not to do anything. How do I know I can trust you?
I'm afraid I can't reveal all the details just yet, but I can promise you this. Because you see, this...
Okay.
I've heard that Caesar used to have a magic workshop where he kept a lot of his Do you know where it is?
The Fleuve Sonde. But the place was sealed up by the police after his death, and no one's been there since. I also know that the Fleuve Sonde is dangerous territory. Lots of hostile groups lurking around.
Understood. Lynette, you stay here and take care of...
Got it. But if I'm staying here, I'm ordering dessert.
I mean, bon appetit. But...
Okay. Alright. Power saving mode off. I'll...
If Gemma gave us the right location, then the workshop should be right nearby. Huh. Looks like these boxes... There we go.
shop. Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic props. Let's head in further. What was that? Oh, is this one of Caesar's gadgets? Guess we must have triggered some sort of device.
Step right up.
Cry louder! Wipe out!
A round of applause.
Whoa. Look. The doll in the box is glowing. There's something written on the card on this doll. Let's take a closer look. These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
I'll race you there.
Looks like we've reached the end of this route. Shall we try a different one? That's weird. Have we reached the end already? There's nothing here. Maybe this was a wasted trip.
This place seems a little too ordinary for... We've triggered quite a few devices on the way here. I'm starting... If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe, Aha!
A secret pass!
I'm a magician too, and it looks pretty big inside.
Linny? Is there some device in that box?
Huh. It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys... If anyone makes a major
All right. Seems like we can't step on the same tile twice. Guess we've got to finish it in one run, huh? Thick as a brick! Let's take a peek inside it, shall we?
At one of my shows a few days ago, a child asked me how I pulled candy out of my hat. As a joke, I told the kid that the hat has a built-in wish-granting machine. So I told them another white lie. The machine needs time to power up, but in the meantime, you can... I wound up saving very little this month. But that's not a major issue. 2 children came to talk to me after today's show. I don't know why they were out on their own. They looked much too... Anyway, they said that they wanted me to teach them how to do magic. I told them that learning magic is very hard work. But that didn't faze them at all. It's like... It seems like something's bothering Lorenzo. Surely he's not upset that I agreed to teach those 2 children. I have a good feeling about those kids. They're not... They have all sorts of fantastic... They wanted to call me Master, but with time, Gemma thinks so too. She doesn't like being around them. Says that their eyes are... It's nearly time for me to go on. I once overheard... It's only been 10 days since I first met. They're very tough, but also very they hide things from me too. For example, that's the thing about children. I can sense that their lives after thinking things over. P.S. I hope they won't find my nagging and P.P.S. Maybe I'm over... Oh, Caesar.
2 magic geniuses with a father and a mission, huh? Sounds a lot like he was writing about Linny and Lynette, don't you think? So did they meet Caesar when they were kids? Let's go ask Linny!
hold that thought. As I expected, there's a lot of fishy things going on in this place.
Fishy? Uh-oh, what have you found?
All in good time. Before we go over our new leads, I want to tell you how a high-altitude escape is performed. First, the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full view of the audience. The box is then suspended high in the air, and a short while later, the base automatically opens. At this point, a dummy will fall out of the box, but it looks real enough to grab the audience's attention, and they start wailing and screaming. Meanwhile, the real magician, who has by now blended into the crowd, waits for a good moment to make their appearance and put on a hysterical performance. Oh no! Is that me? Did I just fall to my death?
Very vivid description. Paimon can really picture it. And then what?
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician, and by the time they realize what's happened, the dummy has vanished, as if everything that just happened was some sort of shared illusion. Of course, that's just how I think the process should work, theoretically speaking. The inventor of this trick never performed it successfully. When the box opened, Caesar was the one who fell out, and not the dummy. He fell right to the ground from the highest point of the opera house, and no one else has ever attempted this trick since. My understanding of how it works is just based on what I could gather from his—
So Caesar's famous high-altitude escape has never been done, huh? Paimon was about to say how cool it would have been to see it in person, but if it's that dangerous— Wait a second. So if a dummy's supposed to drop out of the box, then where does the real magician go? How does he get out?
Glad you asked. That brings us to the secret of said box. This box right here is the one that Caesar constructed himself to use in the performance, and it's not as simple as it looks. Inside, there's a device that only the magician himself would know about. Once the magician's inside and the box is lifted up into the air, the audience's view of the box is fixed at a certain angle. From where they're standing, they have a clear view of the front, sides, and bottom, but the back and the top are now no longer visible. At this point, the magician presses a button inside the box, opening a secret door out of view. He then escapes through this trapdoor onto the opera house roof, waits for the dummy to fall and distract the audience, and quietly returns to ground level.
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined. Even Paimon could probably do it.
Well, there's a little more to it than that, of course. The hardest part of this trick is controlling the audience's mood and reactions. That takes an exceptional degree of showmanship. There's the falling dummy, the miraculous reappearance, the pompous performing. Maybe the magician would even have themselves tied up before it begins to strengthen the impression that there's no escape. Many days and nights of careful research and painstaking practice would have gone into this, all culminating in a performance just a few minutes long, but one that still manages to transform the shock and grief of a tragic accident to the joy and laughter of a mesmerizing magic trick. Caesar was a highly accomplished magician. But unfortunately, even he didn't manage to pull it off.
So, how did it go so wrong? You said you found some fishy stuff here. Have you figured out what really happened?
I can make a pretty good— I looked into the case files. The magic—
Okay.
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box right here. Which leads me to believe that because a magician can't afford to have their most basic habits stand out too much. But a magician needs to be able to redirect an audience's attention. The essence of magic is getting people to believe a lie. If even the And so, Caesar trained himself to use his right hand to align with his audience's expectations. But in his most stressful and nerve-wracking moments, and when no one was watching, reflex would kick in, and exactly, I think that's likely what happened. Caesar would have been under a lot of time pressure during the escape. He'd have had mere seconds to open the hidden compartment, but I'm sure he was confident. He would have rehearsed countless times. So he opened the compartment, took out the dummy, checked everything was in order, and then went to... Much like when you reach for your keys but find your pocket empty, instinctively, his left hand would keep feeling around for the missing button. With the stakes being as high as they were, just a 2-second delay cost him everything.
But in reality, someone switched the boxes. But how would they be able to make the switch without being noticed?
It would have to have been someone who knew that he was left-handed, and who could move. Isn't that right?
You just couldn't let sleeping dogs lie, could you? There's not a lot of people who'd go to all this trouble for some magician who died 10 years ago. I didn't, but I gave you your chance. I hoped you...
You mean Gemma? So you...
Yes, although however stubborn she might be, she was never much of a liability, but which is why you can't leave this place.
Step right up. Let's get this show on the road. And voila! A round of applause!
You kids are tougher than you look.
Had enough yet, Lorenzo? Your cronies can't help you now. I think it's high time you started talking, and what I'd really like...
If I had a Mora for every time you said that man's name. He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made magic into the...
So I was jealous.
Jealousy. Hatred, more like. He poured everything into his street performances and his stupid tours like it was just a hobby. But the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered all the skills, and it brought me nothing more than... He forbade me from using magic to trick people out of the... And with his reputation in Fontaine, it was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I dabbled in my own... I had to kill him.
And this...
It was reason enough. What other...
Well, I was under the impression that there might have been other factors at play. For instance... Maybe you were in love with Gemma, but she was engaged to Caesar.
In love with Gemma? Don't be ridiculous.
Guess I was wrong about that then.
I am. Caesar was so strict with me. He insisted that his way was the right way. I never bought into any of that.
Oh, yeah! Charlotte told us that the weasel would steal whatever people valued, no matter how much he was worth.
That's just how it looked from the outside. What would any thief want with second... I stole cheap things as a way of practicing my craft.
So, that's the story, huh? Well, I hope you're ready to tell it all over again.
What choice do I have? So be it.
Very well. Traveler, Paimon, keep an eye on Lorenzo for...
At least I can find...
has told me the whole story. Lorenzo, do you confess to the murder of Caesar and to framing him for the Phantom Weasel's crimes?
Look who's finally developed a conscience. What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it, because there'll be hell to pay.
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Lenny? Should we start preparing?
Let's rendezvous with Lynette and Gemma first.
Good point. We should go tell Gemma the good news right away.
Squall and Fury.
Ah, you're back. You were so quick. I've only just finished.
You're third? Lynette, come on, we've talked about this.
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and jog off the excess sugar.
That's besides the point. Well, it's done now.
Point taken.
Did everything go okay?
Of course! Lorenzo was no match for us.
Gosh, that's amazing. I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but I...
It's okay, we understand. But you don't need to be scared.
Sorry, I always wanted to report Lorenzo. He took all of Caesar's property. I was so afraid. I was scared he'd do something terrible to me. Thank you all.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name. I never would have guessed that Lorenzo was the real Phantom Weasel. He never... to think that at least his soul can finally...
If only I'd realized...
Don't blame yourself, Gemma.
Yeah, you still have the rest of...
Cheer up, Gemma. My brother's doing a magic show at the Opera House tomorrow. This show will be a special one.
In Caesar's honor.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening. Traveler.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No way are we gonna... Wait. Paimon feels like we're forgetting something. Oh yeah! Caesar's diary! We never found out if the two kids Caesar taught magic to were Linny and Lynette or not.
Behold!
Paimon's excited to see another of Linny's magic shows!
Not this time. So, I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I hope the great magician Linny has prepared a spectacular show for us all tonight, concluding with an all-new grand finale.
Thank you all so much for coming. Now, prepare to join me on a journey through the mist.
Exciting stuff, is it?
Yes, it's just...
No wonder. So, how did...
Well, children love magic because they're willing to believe in things that can't be rationally explained. And somehow, I felt drawn to him too.
Aw, that's so...
It was with a flower. He... I was so...
Oh, that's so cute!
Is that right? Then, after all, you never know when the people dearest to you might be gone.
That's right. Paimon doesn't really...
Right. Yes, you can breathe easy now. Phantom Weasel.
See? Even Lynette says... Wait, what? The Phantom Weasel? Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
What do you mean, Phantom Weasel?
As Linny once said, a performer's job is to commit fully to their role and put on a flawless performance for their audience. But once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain falls, it's time to end the show. The spotlight is no place for someone with no more cards up their sleeve. It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired of the grieving widow act? I think it's time to put an end to it.
What are you talking about? Paimon doesn't like this riddle. Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going. Come on, say something!
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all enjoying the performance so far. There will now be a brief intermission, after which Linny will perform the most electrifying act of the final performance will take place outside of the Opera House.
The Phantom Weasel never did like public places. Don't worry, this place will be quiet soon.
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't. This is a big mistake for a magician to make.
Linny? Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom...
All in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people are...
Really?
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom... But as her infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police, and her opportunities to act became ever fewer. Every day, she ran the risk of being exposed for who she was. Of course, she could not simply take this lying down, and before long, she found her ticket to freedom. She would create a scapegoat, a false weasel to close the chapter on her behalf. After weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned magician, Caesar. After all, magic...
So, being the master deceiver she was, the weasel easily earned Caesar's trust. Now, all that remained was to frame him for her countless crimes. But as she was considering how to make her move, she noticed Caesar's aggrieved pupil. At her encouragement, Lorenzo tampered with Caesar's magic box, causing him to fall to his death. Afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation. Two co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
I've got to hand it to you. You're both but I just have one question. You seem to think that I am the villain.
Don't worry, Lorenzo said, but I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that. He was too forthcoming.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me, even without a shred of evidence?
A magician is an expert at playing the audience to get the result they want. With a little help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing performance. The lovesick fiancé. Caesar was maligned and hated by all for 10 years, but you? Everyone sympathized with. Who would suspect for 1 second that the lovely young lady always seen weeping in front of...
Wait, so you mean... But why would Lorenzo agree to that? And why didn't he sell her out?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
Well, Linny, If you're so confident having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt. Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But...
An excellent answer.
Is that right?
As a matter of fact, why would the real Weasel have targeted things that only have value to other people?
Of course. After all, if I had to guess... Left to fend for herself after her parents died young. Betrayed. Scorned. She'd scrounge waste paper from garbage bins to draw on, using twigs and dirt for... This was her only source of happiness in life. Once again, she was betrayed. And this time, this was a fate too cruel for anyone to bear. I detest the I will rob them of everything they...
That's some...
Now, does this story satisfy...
Yes, it is quite to my tastes. Thank you for helping to clear up my...
Huh. That's right! What? Because without that, none of...
She didn't write the letter.
After 10 long years, I'd hoped that the Phantom Weasel... Linny? Or should I call you the Phantom Copycat now? You were the one who posted that letter outside the
Very sharp, Phantom Weasel. Still, well, no need for me to be coy about it. The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves.
That's...
Of course we did. We made it quite clear in the letter, I believe. I shall take from you that which you hold most dear.
10 years ago? Wait. Oh, I get it. You were those two obnoxious kids. He taught you magic back then, didn't he? For what, 10...
We remember all our debts, however great or small. 10 years ago, Caesar's reputation was torn to shreds, and his legacy was thrown out. 10 years... But we did not forget. And so we came...
And? What exactly did you take from me?
Free? Caesar once told me that even though the world is... I think that applies to you too. Life took many things from you.
What are you trying...
I'm saying that for the last... Back to Lorenzo for a second. He murdered his own master, played along with your... He knew who you were and the thing... You're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. But that truth is gone now. And I guarantee...
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
Your freedom will cost...
Gather around. What? I'm sure you're all...
A high-altitude escape?
I'm sure you all remember them, so we have now learned...
Guess that's my cue to... Traveler, Paimon, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight, but...
Lenny, wait. You two hid a lot from Caesar. He went to... You don't have to tell lies to end up isolated and alone.
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
So,
Like Linny said, when you're ready, let's...
But what about Gemma?
She'll figure out what's best for her soon enough.
All right. Well, let's go and watch Lenny's finale then. This trick's a pretty dangerous one, but he should be able to pull it off, right?
Magic should be mysterious, surprising, and defy logic. Magic is hard work. Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
It's alright. We're used to that.
We're sorry. You've taught us so much, but we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day, you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth. I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Linny is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Watch out!
Mysterious. Surprising. And logic-defying. Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Did you see that? 1 minute he was falling, and the next, he turned into flowers.
How could he possibly have done that?
How mysterious. I didn't blink once. He just vanished.
What a heart-stopping magic show. This was really worth the trip. Caesar's name has finally been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician Linny has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh.
Looks like everyone really loved Linny's grand finale. Paimon doesn't see Linny anywhere. Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt. Oh, yeah, that's probably... All right, let's...
Squall and Fury.
Are you all right? Paimon was scared to death when...
Magic is a performance art. I was honestly a little nervous during... Sometimes, did he regret taking Gemma and Lorenzo on?
You know, Paimon...
After I joined the House of the Hearth. I told you about my past before, remember? As a young boy, I survived by... But I quickly realized that observation alone, I needed to learn how to improve my sleight of hand. We were gifted enough that we'd made some progress by ourselves. But without proper guidance from a professional
So that's why you sought Caesar?
Yes. We figured there was no harm in all, we only spent 10 short days together, but he was very good to us. For instance, when he asked why I wanted to learn magic, but in truth, there was already a lot more to the story by then. After being taken in by an aristocrat for our magic what amazed me was how the lie escaped my lips. Even a trust is a beautiful thing.
Linny.
Still worried about the way but don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the house after Caesar went that night, I remembered to keep secrets is to put up walls. The longer you only realize how much someone really meant to you when you lose them completely.
Yeah, cheer up. We've had to say our fair share of goodbye. Delicious food, fun toys, and the Traveler by my... you know, Traveler, doesn't that kinda make you Paimon's truth?
Exactly. It's the same for me and Lynette. Life has taken plenty from us like it did from Gemma. That's why the darkness never can... Alright, time to lighten this conversation.
It was amazing! Paimon just, wait.
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are decidedly...
Aw, come on!
Oh, alright then. Watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
You liar! There's nothing...
Huh? My goodness, you're right. But
3, 2...
Now, have another look around.
Really? Let's see. Wow, there it is! Oh, but more importantly,
Well, if you want to learn magic, you'll have to...
Fine.
Since you asked so nicely, I'll share one little tip with you.
Is that it?
Ah, look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my show. I look forward to see...
Shall we head back down too? Oh, Paimon can't wait to read this. Let's head to the Steambird's up.
I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but my sister and I are quite busy today. I'm afraid we'll have to decline this in-
Oh, please, Linny. I'll only take a moment of your time.
Huh? What's happening here?
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel. But just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar...
That was quick.
Too late, bro.
That was quick, you say? It sounds like a... Aha! My instincts did not lead me astray.
Maybe watching my high-altitude escape trick reminded her of...
Huh. Okay, then. Wait. Oh, I remember now! You and Gemma were nowhere to... Quickfire question! Where did you all go?
Oh, we went to the cemetery and Linny did a private... Actually, glad you mentioned it.
What? I don't recall ever having received a rainbow rose.
No, I...
What the... This is...
Seems like this interview wasn't meant to be. Forgive my persistence, but when there's explosive news waiting to... Apparently, one of the things she said to the guards was that her final wish is to see Lorenzo one last time. There's... Alright, I guess I'll leave you to...
Lynette?
Don't worry.
Oh, really?
Phew. You and me...
Please, take good care of that. I'd be really upset if you lost...